Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Final Fantasy XVI. We are of course still in, well, not in, but near Martha's Inn, and of course hiding out in a patch with a Vivi scarecrow. Which looks a little bit scarier than the original one, but I'll take it. For today we are going back to the hideaway, because apparently Gav came back home. So let's see what he has to say to us about that. And who knows what kind of mission we're gonna get for that.
Oh, where's Gav?
Well, it looks like he's pretty close by. Do you want to check to see if any side quest pops up? Nope.
I hear there's trouble in.
There's always trouble in Rosaria, let's be honest.
Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mothercrystals.
So I'm guessing we have another target.
4 Mothercrystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the 7 High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Time to take down another crystal. Otto's counter is now open. Is it gonna be for the monster hunts? New facilities. The following hideaway facilities are now available. Alliant Report, the Patron's Whisper and the Hunt Board. All three are located near Otto's Mess.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Well, we are waiting for me to complete all my side quests, cause I have a feeling there's gonna be a few.
What can I get you, Sid?
Still very expensive, but I did say I want to try it, and we have like 44,000, which does seem like a lot. So I'm hoping well, let us say that I won't regret it, but I don't want to wait. I want to try it out. I want to see what happens.
As if setting our people free wasn't enough. Good news, everyone. The casks have been liberated. Here's to Sid.
Just to keep everyone very motivated. And drunk.
Oh, keep your mug handy.
It's one of those things that you have to do it at least once, cause you never know what kind of effect it has until you do.
Is it business or pleasure?
With you, always both, you know that.
Go on then.
Let's see, what do you have? Anything interesting? Would have expected by now to get another accessory or something. Ooh. Automatically charges magic spells and maintain the charge until cast. Effects will not trigger unless the ability charge magic is learned. Yeah, a lot of nice accessories. The Wages of Warcraft. Yes. Not a bad one. This is like a grinding type of accessory just to get those ability points out there. And this is the follow-up for experience and for gold. So these three, they're like the trifecta for if you want to go and have a nice little grinding spree. So I feel like I think we need to buy these. After we check the weapon store to see the blacksmith if there's nothing there for us.
Those men didn't hurt Martha, did they?
I think it's all right to touch him.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
I just want to see if we can increase some of our weapons or make new stuff. Nothing? Because I did say that with the monsters we hunt, we might be able to upgrade certain things.
Anything else?
So far, doesn't seem like it. So I think it's safe. Get a little bit in the way, bear. Safe to say that we can definitely.
And what can I do for you?
Buy those accessories, and I will probably grind a bit between episodes on the previous done levels.
You'll not find a better price than that.
And having these in our list, if we equip them
I'll be here.
instead of what we are using. Well, it's a necklace. It is an accessory. Can we wear them all three?
You'll not find a better price than that.
I'm starting to doubt myself, but let's see. It was 3. I don't think there's a separate necklace slot for that. No, there's just 3. Just normal accessories. Alright. So, if I do decide to go and play the previous levels, definitely wearing those in order to get more cash, more experience, more abilities, and get stronger faster, and especially with those ability points, because in the end, I want to master everything. Because I'm thinking that it would be wise to have one of those ultimate moves on one of our 3 setups. So far, fire, basic stuff, really like it. don't really want to lose it unless there's an element that we need to use because an enemy is more susceptible to it. But other than that, maybe an ultimate wind or ultimate lightning with us would be a nice one to have, just to do some significant damage against bigger groups of enemies. Right? Wouldn't be a bad thing. Alright, so where are the other new facilities? Let's check them out. Clive Chamber. And near the map room we have the counter. I think this might just be updating our tales. Ah, missives. Oh, these are like requests or something? The Rogan army marches on the Empire at Twinside and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. A bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I'm glad to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate, and here, so many years later, we find she has spent her life doing that exact same thing. Defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? I think the Republicans play, we had that before and we read it, the bird was a new one. So we do have to check if there are any new letters based upon the symbol, because it's actually pretty sweet. Yeah. And Ambrosia's tag. So much more to find. Okay, what will be the quickest way to get there? Go south. Oh wait, there's the quest up there. Ah, it's very tactically done. There's things to do everywhere. I don't mind. Nice big old base. I don't mind walking a little bit.
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still. Slain Blackson's foul mood.
And if we go to the board with the Moogle and stuff, we might even get more side quests than this one right here. I'm expecting like bounties, like monster hunts.
Won't be long now, Martel. See, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It would be my pleasure.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
The Tree of Hope for the hideaway. 2 baskets of apples.
It's not the ether. It's the...
Where do we find them? All the way at front to where we need to be. I don't mind that. Can we actually teleport to the locations you want to? Nah. We still need to walk. Yes, I will not be lazy. I will do my miles. If we had a pedometer, it would be great. Then I could see how much steps I have done throughout the day. Oh, not yet. Do need to go through the blacksmith.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Where are you, curse breakers?
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but aren't we all?
That broom's as ragged as...
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
You're welcome.
Others weren't so lucky then.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
We will.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Yeah, we definitely should.
The last time I had fresh fruit. Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk to everyone up here first before heading back down there.
Doesn't sound like anywhere is safe. Not that I'm planning.
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
Always.
Oh, same old.
Also got me riding through the reports, coming in from our allies and picking out what problems need dealing with now and what can be saved for later. It was still early days back in the old place, so I could just about handle the job myself. State of the world now though, I need these help to sift through it all. And that's just the sifting. Actually solving any of these problems is a whole other headache. The curse breakers take the urgent stuff, but we're still stuck waiting for volunteers to handle the rest.
So,
if you ever find yourself at the loose end, well, you know where to find me. Well, so much has happened since that night. Feels like a lifetime ago. But we'll never forget those who didn't make it. Kenneth, Martel, they're still with us in our hearts.
Sid?
When I found out he was gone, I thought it was it for us.
He's still with us too.
Yes, with us and in you. You took his name and gave us hope when we had none. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is, don't be a stranger, huh? A hideaway ain't nothing without its Sid.
Quick look.
Yes, no available tasks in the Empire of Sembresk. No task in Rosaria. Oh, that's
Always
disappointing.
something in there.
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Ah, so basically the more renown we get, the more free gifts we get as well, like a reward for doing good in the world.
Business is busy.
On top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, Otto has piled countless other tasks, from transcribing and sorting Stola's reports to penning needful missives. Not that I'm complaining, mind, I enjoy writing. I have ever since I learned my letters from Jara back in the old hideaway. I won't claim to have been his best student though. That honor goes to Shirley.
Still.
I like to think that Jara will be proud of me too. Were he with us today?
Words are immortal.
They live in others, and if the words are your own, so too will you. Do you know who told me that? It was Jara, in our last lesson before Titan came. It stayed with me ever since his passing and inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine we survivors all have stories like that, of someone who remained with us, even though they're gone. Yeah,
Come to claim your just desserts?
I think everyone has that. The Patron's Whisper. Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway's mess to view current renown levels and accept any donations available. So it's basically not only see what's available, but which one you want to go first or save for bigger ones. Respect. Our order is one built on pride, and that does not mean we're too proud to give thanks where thanks is due. We may have failed Martha once, but never again. One meteorite, not worth it. Your merry band of outlaws and its dashing deeds of daring do's are all the talk among the ladies of the court. We have gathered together several items of worth that you might continue your gallantry. 400 ability points. This is actually a nice one. Berserker ring. Expand renown to unlock. So, like we have unlocked 3, and we have to see from who this one is in order to see it. So, I think I'm gonna leave this one open. I wanna just save up all the renown we can, and once there is something that is really invaluable, like the ability points are nice, but we can always get that up, and the items surrounding it, we have hundreds of those. So it's not that we need them. So yes, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna see what we get for 35 because I want to read the text, and of course, do more good so we get more rewards. Cause who knows? Maybe something very special will come down the line, and we're gonna need a lot of renown to open it.
All done?
Well, for now. Clive, there you are, Kubo. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kubo.
A hunt board. It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Oh, of course not, Kubo. I knew all that already. And that's why I need your help. And as I need not remind you, Kubo, I am the mightiest of all Muggles. No fiend of the forest or rule. It is late, them all. I can't speak that fast.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Kupo. It's good to have found someone who understands me. I'll stay here and keep an eye on all the billets and they post on the board. And there's anything you need to know, Kupo, I am honored. Jesus, even in my fastest reading speed is not enough. The curse breakers don't just stack up on old rumors on this board, you know. They take great pains to verify every little detail. So don't you get letting all of their hard work go to waste, Kupo. Don't you let me them down. Oh, it's precisely what you see before you, Kupo. The curse breakers note down the details of any particular dangerous monsters they hear about or encounter in the course of their duties, Kupo. And post the abilities here so that any stout soul who wishes to do the realm a service might set out to slaughter an ungodly horror or two, which is where you come in. As for me, I have the most important duty of all, painting a big red cross over each and every one of them you cut down, Kupo, and that everyone can sleep at night knowing that the realm is a safer place. Oh, did I ever tell you about the time I visited the Great Continent, Kupo?
I don't think so.
Oh, of course I didn't, because I've never been, Kupo. Look at these wings. Look like the sort that might carry a Moogle across a countless leagues of open sea. They call me Nectar the Bold, not Nectar the Stupid. Very cool. Alright, let's see what we have. The Hunt Board. Reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted to the Hunt Board in hopes that fearless heroes such as Clive will take it upon themselves to hunt down and slay these notorious marks. And of course, we already defeated one. And rewards probably automatically given. The Angel of Death. A trader coming by the way of the Kier Norvent met with a troop of curse breakers traveling in the opposite direction and warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead. His eyes are wild and flickering through the curse breakers saw nothing untoward on their journey through the path. The sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept up a brisk pace. It's not going to show us what kind of level or whatever they have. Just a mark level. So I'm guessing that this is going to be harder than the one we already had. Like, this was C, so this must be a harder one. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size, making it a nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Though all efforts have been made not to rouse the beast's ire, it is suddenly but a matter of time before it needs to feed. I hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenches of the nearby villagers. Alright. I will probably do a couple of them between the episodes, and if there is a particular noteworthy one, those I probably will keep inside an episode, because it's just fighting off fiends. I do like the symbol though. Reminds me of Final Fantasy XII for the board that they had.
Without a ship to carry it there, Drake's breath might as well be on the moon.
And how may I assist you today?
What is it that you wish to learn?
I want to know the state of things. All eyes are on the Dominion.
Study it well, Clive.
Where this is the one we want to go to, right? Or is this it? Yes. No, breath. They said breath. Oh well.
Very good.
I can take my time if I ever want to invest in it to really figure out how it actually works. Is that all of it? Of course, the music and previous levels. Alright, let's complete the botanist quest by going back and give our thanks for all the apples that he given us. And shall we then continue with the main one? Or would that be a risk?
I think it's alright to touch him.
I do want to check out once it's delivered if there's nothing new added to it. And who knows, maybe we shall do one of the monster hunts in order to fill up the time of the episode.
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for.
Thank you very much.
They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Yeah, that would be amazing. That we can have a business of gathering fruit from Martel. Displayed in Clive's chamber. Well, for a little while, until they get eaten.
Just look at her. Isn't Martel in fine fettle? And what about young Boppymill here? He's got some work to do if he wants to catch up with his brother Kenneth.
He's naming all the plants to people he know. That's very adorable. Alright, so we've seen the two monsters. And I wasn't planning on doing them now, so they're just a little bit vaguely in my head. But I know that the hard one was in Eastpool. And it looks like the quest that we want to do is so important that the game is saying, no, we have to focus on this. The one side quest, okay, that was in the hideaway, but if you want to go out, you gotta do this. Let's see, from these heathered highlands one might catch a glimpse of the Rosalith castle and everything else in between. Shall we go there? Make a start? Because we have to head to the coast anyway first, in order to get the help we need. Southern Rosaria.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
Enemies? Trouble?
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
Closure?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
I love the relationship that those two have.
Come on.
Works so well. Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely.
Or
Which is
even
why we should
worse.
hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Alright, got a little bit distracted by going to the top of the cliff.
Stay down.
Alright. Come on, Killer Bee. Try and killing me. Sharp Fang. Alright, let's have a look at the map, see if there's anything interesting that we can already see. Ah, we are on the other side of the bridge. Huh. Could we get to the bridge and then lower it and create a connection between the two? I'm not saying we need it, but it would be cool if we did. Do we want to go straight to our destination or do we want to explore a bit more? Ooh, 7 sharp fangs. The money itself, yeah, that's not much, but the materials, ooh, crap. Okay, that was a slight accident. I didn't mean to fall all the way down. I just saw an item and thought, might be nice. But yeah, I think we should go to town. And who knows, maybe once we've been there, we might get a quest or two that will show us the lay of the land.
It's over.
Alright. This time I'm gonna try to see the view. Let's try not to fall off the cliff, shall we? Yeah, because this one would definitely be a lot more deadly. Okay, so we got a nice little wall there. It's probably how we can get to the castle town there. And a big old tower. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's just a whole lot of enemies in this area. Ooh. No, no, no. Don't start fighting everything, because we'll be here all day.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
A little bit. Just trying to see if there's anything interesting.
Keep to the roads now.
Speak with several of the villagers, alright.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire over their 100-foot.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that, boy?
I'm hoping that they don't mean us and what we did at the Abbey.
2 more left to join the garrison.
If so, let's be a little bit more careful. Not to draw too much suspicion to ourselves. I'm just looking around the building to see if there are any chests before heading deeper into the village. Because people do tend to hide them away a little bit. Ooh. No, leave items. They'll be there for later.
What did those knights want, Father?
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
How'd you get it?
But we need to find out.
Well, technically it could be Joshua. Because as a phoenix he will always rise again. Thank you.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats.
They do.
In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire?
Beside us?
A new ally would certainly
Not
be
a lot.
welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Or at least people that are more willing to give us more answers. So technically we're not welcome in that town anymore. So how are we gonna get there? I think we're gonna just go all the way around through the Shallow Rock, all the way to where the bridge is. I think we can do that.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
True. So definitely get ready for an attack.
Ever since the apothecary, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mothercrystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
I'm curious though. What is it and why are we not liking it? Alright, let's not get too turned around. Let's see. Want to make sure that we are going forward with an alternative way. And not that we go back on ourselves again. What's that? That is very curious. I want to see what it is. Is it an enemy? Or is it something else? Okay, so I'm guessing that that accessory that we found was in there. It just showed up a little quickly, didn't it? Black shields, really.
Company. More of my mother's men.
Yeah, just overwhelm them with tremendous power. Best answer you can give them. Alright, I definitely want to reach the town itself, at least the entrance to it. So on the next one we can just enter it, see what we can figure out, and where to go after that. Do you want to check out the narrow path as well?
Time to fight.
Yeah, a few extra fights here and there, never hurt anyone. Worst case scenario, we level up a bit sooner and get more collectible items that we can use for crafting or just selling the heck out of it. Thank you very much. Alright, we are slowly getting there. But like I said, I'm also going to make sure that we do see all nooks and crannies. It's not like we are getting like the most valuable items ever, but every little bit counts. It's everything we find, we don't have to find the moment we need it, because we just have it then. There it is, the border.
It's over. Farewell. It's over.
Nice. Alright, here is one of the... Is it a road? Wall? An aqueduct? Whatever it is, very, very beautiful. Alright, so that's where we need to be. So how do we get there? Do we just jump off, or... Oh no, we can just go around it and see what's up. But I think for now, I'm gonna leave it here. Next time we're gonna go towards that location, get into the next... I think it's gonna be a village right at the bridge, and see what else they know there. And see if it will help us along our journey towards the next Mothercrystal, because we are moving ahead. And yeah, the Mothercrystal is going down. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be protected by someone really powerful, possibly another dragon, or even another Eikon. It's going to be really interesting. But for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we're moving forward to the port of Isolde. See you then. Bye bye.